District education authorities in Mampong have refused comments 2 days after the PSKMA primary school in the Asante Mampong municipality collapsed. Students of the school in Asante Mampong narrowly escaped tragedy because the school was not in session. Part of the 40-year-old dilapidated structure collapsed 5 years ago, but nothing was done. On Sunday, the entire building came tumbling down. We're yet to get to speak to school authorities on this particular matter, and Erastus will be joining me on the line. But let's replay that story.
On my first visit to the Patase Sesiase Kokobin PSKMA primary school, I learned a collapsed part of the classroom block nearly killed this boy. Well, he says he leaned against the wall that day and then it came tumbling down. But pupils were still sitting under the dilapidated mud brick structure with visible cracks all over. After a stormy night on Sunday, the whole structure collapsed in what could have been a tragedy if classes were in session. Some of the pupils feel saved by God.
Today we come to school and I saw that the structure has broken. I feel that when we are in that time when it has collapsed and we are learning, it can kill some people, but God has saved us. The time the structure broken, nobody was here learning.
Okay, that story was put together by Erastus, who joins me on the line. Hello, Erastus. Okay, we've lost Erastus on the line. We'll try and raise him back so we can get a better background to this. And of course, we've not played the full story, so we can get more from Erastus on that. But I've got Mr. Atakra, Elvis Atakra. He's the assistant head teacher at the school. Hello, sir. Thank you very much for your time here on the Pulse. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello, you are welcome.
The school building collapsed, but then you knew five years ago a bit of it collapsed, and you knew that there were still serious cracks in the building that it could collapse. Why did school authorities not do anything about it?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. When it happens like that, they came to our aid. The municipal director of education, Mampong, came there with her inspectors. They came to our end there, and then told us to move away from the classroom to a big tree in front of the school so that we can do teaching and learning over there. So that is what they told us.
So right now, we understand that you are learning under trees. Is that correct? If so, what is the municipal director doing about it?
Exactly. That is the issue. We are learning under trees. And there's a big tree in front of the school, and that is where, at the moment, teaching and learning goes on. And the municipal assembly came to our aid yesterday, and then they told us they are going to put up a temporary setup for us for the time being, and then see what to do next. And today, when we went back to school, they removed the roofing sheet and that of the wood in the fallen structure. So they've taken away the roofing sheet and that of the wood. So we are going to use it to build a temporary structure for us so that we can study in there.
I see. So how soon are they going to give you an appropriate school structure in which the children can learn and learn well?
For that one, I can't tell. That is what they told us yesterday, that for the time being, now it's left about 3 weeks for us to vacate. So in order not to close down the school, that is what they are going to do. They are going to put up a structure for us. But as to when they are going to build a new one for us, that one I can't tell, and I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll say that very big thanks to you, sir. Elvis Atakar is the assistant head teacher at the school, which is collapsed. Erastus joins me on the line. Erastus. Hello, Erastus, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Gifty.
So this building has collapsed. I mean, it collapsed on Sunday. We understand that they're in a makeshift structure, or some of them are learning under trees. Have you been able to get in touch with the Municipal Directorate of Education, and what are they telling you?
Well, I must say not some of them under trees, but all the classrooms are being held under trees. There are 3 trees in front of the collapsed building, so they are holding the classes from class 1 to class 6 under those trees. They've separated the classrooms under these trees. 4 of the classrooms are under one big tree, and then the 2 other classrooms are under the other 2 trees. Now, we have tried to get to the Mampong Municipal Assembly. We've not been able to talk to anybody. There is no MC in place as yet, and we also do not have the Director of Education commenting on this. And so we must say that the children are even very fortunate that when it rained, it was not school hours. We could have had a tragedy on our hands. Remember, we did this story about a month ago, and nothing has been done about the situation until the structure has collapsed now. And so they are waiting for help, which may come from government or any other organization, but it is urgent. As you can see, many of the children are sitting under trees, and when it rains, they have to close the schools for the children to go home.
Okay, thank you very much, Russell. Well, we'll still keep trying to reach the municipal the Municipal Directorate of Education for some answers. As I indicated earlier, they've refused to speak to us. We've tried from here, they refused to speak to us, so we'll keep our tabs on them. Thank you very much, Erastus, for that. Well, speaking of education, several schools in the Banda Ahenkro district are still without effective tuition 8 days after letters of threat of ethnocentric attacks on non-indigenes working in the district were found on school premises in the early hours of Monday, the 13th. A letter from an unknown group calling itself Concerned Members of Banda Ahenkro caused fear and panic among non-native teachers of the town, as the letter asked them to leave with immediate effect because their safety was not guaranteed. Assistant Headmaster of the Banda Ahenkro RCJHS, Mr. Osei Robert, disclosed that out of the 10 teachers of the school, only 2 are currently in the community, and this is negatively affecting teaching and learning.
Information telling the workers here to quit, those who are strangers, I might say, to quit, because the natives do not have the guarantee to stay with those strangers peacefully again, because they have come here and taken their job opportunities and other things, even with the selection of their MPs and all that. So they don't want to see those strangers in this district. So we took on the letter, because we are employed by the Ghana Education. So we sent the letter to the director, and later on they also gathered their information and sent the matter to the police, and they reported the issue to them. So we came back to our various schools. We didn't see any serious thing again until further notice. The following Tuesday, we had an information from the NAT body or the secretary that those strangers who feel that they are not secured can quit the district until further notice. So this is what we had during this period. So now the other teachers who are around, have come back to the school to make sure that we also put a little effort to gather the students, those who can learn on their own, then they base on that and then learn on their own. Then the other teachers will also put their effort and then teach the other subjects that they think they can teach.
How many are you and how many have left?
Anyway, we are about 10 teachers in the school. But today, as I'm speaking to you, we are only 2 in the school.
So about 8 have.
About 8 have already left.
So if they are listening to you, if they are watching you, what would you tell them?
Anyway, if my colleagues are listening or hearing what I'm saying, there is nothing bad that will happen to them, because I could see that the way that the opinion leaders, the chiefs, and other people are working tirelessly to find the culprits. I'm sure that they are.
Well, let's go over to telephone lines and speak with PRO for the Ghana Education Service, Reverend Jonathan Bette. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on the Pulse. Hello, Reverend Bette, can you hear me?
No, it's faint. It's very faint.
Okay.
Very faint.
Is it better now? It should be.
It's better now.
Okay, thank you very much for your time here on the Pulse. We're looking at the situation in Banda where teachers are afraid to go to school because of ethnocentric threats that have been issued in that part of the country. What is the ministry doing about it? Because at this point, education or school activities are not the best.
Well, thank you very much. Earlier on, I believe strongly you were aware of the threat from the community or the town folks against our teachers, and that led them to lay down their tools for now, according to the messages that we have received from the Director General, ordering them to be extra careful in the community as far as their lives is concerned. Yesterday, the regional director spoke to me about the meeting held with the stakeholders, trying to see how best we will find out how the situation is at the moment. According to the regional director's message, situations are still not calm to allow our teachers to continue with their academic work. Teachers all over the community are complaining that they are even finding it difficult to come out from their room. Those who are still living within that catchment area have been getting water to bath and to do other house chores become a problem.
So you said there was a meeting with stakeholders yesterday. What was the outcome of that meeting?
The outcome was that they couldn't finalize. They haven't taken any final decision yet. They're planning to continue on Friday, and we believe in that, according to the regional director, Friday meeting will bring everything to normalcy. We're thinking that after that decision, we will call our teachers to go back to the classroom from Monday. We are thinking so.
Okay, and are the teachers willing to do so? What exactly do they want done before they can go back to school?
Teachers will be willing to go back to the classroom if situations are calm, if the community is devoid of violence, the threats are ceased from the people, opinion leaders. Teachers will be willing to go. But if still this assembly is not operational, other workers are not working, the teachers also will not be in a rightful position to continue. But we are promising that after the Friday's meeting, we are hoping that things will be normal for our teachers to continue with academic work.
Okay, thank you very much for your time here on the Pulse. Reverend Jonathan Bette is the PRO for the Education Ministry. Meanwhile, police in the area is also assuring the teachers of utmost security. Municipal Commander of Wenchi, ASP Asamoah Jakum, says though no arrests have been made with regards to those threats on the lives of non-indigenous in Banda, they have, as part of measures, intensified patrols to ensure that everyone is safe in the town.
Well, we are still on the ground doing investigation, and we have assured them we are doing patrols too. So the only aspect or the only thing we will tell them that we have given them the assurance, and as much as we are trying to get more information too, be able to trace those behind the letter.
But they want to see something really happening on the ground. Are we giving them some kind of special protection or anything of that sort?
Probably they have to come clear, because what the police will have to do to ensure everybody's safety is what we are doing.
So what exactly are the measures you have put in place now?
Like I'm saying, we are on patrols. We are doing our own patrols, and then we are putting intelligence on the ground to begin those things. And I don't know what and what again they want us to be doing. If it is about giving them cards, that one, it is impossible. Going to work and policemen are accompanying the person to the workplace, to the house place, that one, it is impossible. That is why we have extended our patrols, and then we have also tried to put more informants on the grounds to get more information, and even try to intrude into some areas that we think that can help us.
But how far with your investigations with regards to people who issue this threat?
We are still on it. I think that we will not be able to open up or tell you exactly where we have gotten to until it is conclusive, because we are doing investigation, and so we don't want to just come out prematurely so that it will be like whatever we have done, it is either going to be confirmed or it is something that we are yet to prove. So it means that we cannot just open it up for people to know what we are doing.
Okay, but as it stands now, GES has not formally asked these teachers to return to the classrooms. I understand most of them have deserted the classrooms. What kind of assurance can you give the GES to further channel it down to the teachers to tell them to move back to the classrooms?
Thank you very much. I think that the assurance is what we have continued to be giving to them, and everybody, every stakeholder is aware of our assurance and is aware of our activity.
Well, help is underway for a 14-year-old who was gang raped and strangled in the eastern region town of Nkoko. Meanwhile, the police in Nkoko have confirmed that there are rising levels of drug-related crimes. On the telephone line with me now is Ohime Teria. Ohime Teria did that story. Hello, Ohime.
Hello, Jesse.
Ohime, since morning we've been playing this story over and over again. At this point, what's the latest? What's the update on her? Is she doing okay?
Yes, Gifty. Nothing has changed specifically with the condition of the 14-year-old girl, except that the last time I spoke to the mother, grandmother, a couple of minutes ago, she did indicate that she's still bleeding and also complained of stomach ache and abdominal pains. As of this afternoon, she's unable to eat anything. So she was contemplating sending her to the hospital, but unfortunately, for lack of funds, she is not. She's unable to go to the hospital. Coupled with this incident of NHIA being unable to register new members, that means the granny will have to wait for some time.
Okay.
So that has been.
But we know that there's been help for. I mean, after we heard this story, there are people who have phoned you willing to help her.
Yes, I got a call from a couple of people. One of the calls came from United States, where a naval officer with the Walter Reed Medical Center in U.S. He and his colleagues expressed interest to help this 14-year-old girl also to receive what they call thorough medical examination.
Okay.
So for now, they have sent in 2,000 Ghana cedis for us to begin the process. But unfortunately, we've not even been able to even cash the money from the bank. They just sent it via mobile money transfer. So we'll go to the bank and cash the money, Gifty.
And this will hopefully support her with her medical bills, etc. We'll be raising police, the superintendent in Nkoko who arrested these people, but they've already admitted. At this point, is there any updates on them? When are they going back to court?
Unfortunately, the court is next week, next month rather. They'll go to the court next month. Don't forget, last week they were in court. So the suspects, the two suspects, and also the victim was also in court and demonstrated how the suspects defiled her despite pleas to them to flee her. But they also admitted this in court that indeed they did it. But they pleaded with the court to also be lenient with them. So police have assured that they will do everything within their powers to also arrest the three others who are on the run.
Okay, thank you very much, Ohimane Teria, that story. We've got on the telephone line now Chief Superintendent James Saffo. Chief Superintendent James Saffo supervised that arrest. He knows more about this story. He'll help us with an update. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on the Pulse. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on the Pulse. Now, you supervise the arrest of these gentlemen who have, of course, admitted to the crime. What's the latest on them now that they've been remanded in custody? Is that it?
Please, you are too faint. Come again. You are too faint.
I'm asking if there has been any updates on this, the arrest that you made. Now that they've been remanded in custody, what's next?
Yeah, you know, they were charged provisionally for defilement, conspiracy to commit crime, then attempted murder, and that enabled us to put them before court last week, of which they were remanded to appear on the 7th of next month, that is April. So that's for the two. Now we are still hunting for the three, which I'm very hopeful very soon we'll be able to apprehend them. So, okay. And on the part of the docket, we are coming out. Sorry, we are very soon we'll submit the docket to the Attorney General's Department for advice.
Having said that, there's an increasing rate of crime, drug-related crime in Koko. How is the police prepared to deal with this?
Yes, if I heard you right, we effected arrests last year and had about 204 bags, as I'm sure you are already aware, which were destroyed last Friday.
Bags of Indian hemp, you mean?
Yes, that is the Indian hemp, 204 bags of Indian hemp. And they were destroyed before the media and the public last Friday. It's not going to be a 9-day wonder. We will continue to pursue them until we are able to uproot that many.
But what is the plan? Because if you say that you will continue to pursue them, that sounds like a very general comment. What is the plan by the police in the region or in Nkoko to clamp down on drug people who are using drugs and the accompanying criminal
Did you
activities?
say what is the crime or?
No,
I didn't hear you well.
I'm asking what's the plan is. I mean, you mentioned that generally you're going to pursue them, but what is the plan by the police in Nkoko to clamp down on these criminal activities and the drug peddlers, etc.? Because you've linked drug to the criminal activities that's happening there.
Yeah, we keep gathering intelligence, and we normally base on the intelligence that we've gathered so far. Okay. We've identified some areas, and any moment from now, we will start our swoop. And it's through the swoop that we are able to arrest perpetrators. Okay.
Well, we say a very big thanks to you, sir, for your time here on the Pulse. Chief Superintendent James Saffo is the divisional commander speaking to us about drug-related crimes in Koko following that gang rape of a 14-year-old girl who was also strangled. You're still watching the Pulse.